Hi, and welcome back to PA Harness Week with Heather and Steve. We're going to go now to Mohegan Sun Pocono Downs because last week when we were there for the debut of table games, we caught up with one of their best drivers up there. His name is Joe Pavia Jr., and our correspondent Jen Sherlock is going to tell you all about him.
Joe Pavia Jr. is a success story all of his own. He began his passion for driving horses at the age of 15. He never went to college, but knew he'd make it in harness racing one way or another.
I like sports, and I was always a good athlete, but wasn't going to wear in college that way. So I started hanging around the stables a little bit, and I got into it a little bit here and there and started working as a groom. And my mom wasn't too happy, but I promised her if I didn't do very well early, I would go to college. And I was lucky enough to, after 5-6 years, I got my qualifying license, and I did very well early. So I continued and worked hard. Hard work's important.
But he did make it, and says this career has made him very blessed.
Yeah, I've been lucky. I've been very fortunate. I've had a few injuries, unfortunately. Besides that, it's been a great career, and it's been good to me.
He says he has no fears that harness racing will ever come to an end. He says the sport will outlive any controversy.
The fans like it. It's not as popular because obviously there's a lot of sports, lotteries, casinos, but I think it's here to stay for a while. They always threaten every sport, whether it's hockey or something else or soccer. Something's not as popular, but little by little, it's pretty popular. If you come out and watch it, I think you fall in love with it.
And since some racing tracks are part of casinos like Harrah's Chester and Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, he believes races attract more and more of a crowd each time.
Casinos has been a big boost to us, helps us with the purses, and it brings people out to the racetrack. And I think if you just bring people out and they notice the races, and one or two out of every 10 or 20 might come back and like to watch the races again.
I'm Jennifer Sherlock, PA Harness Week.
Thank you, Jen and Joe Pavia Jr. It's time now to go to E.B. Helm, the coach, to find out what his picks look like for this week.
Good morning and welcome back to the Coach's Corner. We nailed another Harrah's Exacta for $60, and it's a good thing because it ended up giving us back the $19 we lost the week before. So the overall bankroll stands at $940. We're going to go right to our selections this week by heading up to Canada and the Mohawk Racetrack. I got some big races starting with the 7th race, the Maple Leaf Trot, $772,000. Enough Talk and Lucky Jim got buys last week, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a $5 Exacta box with Lucky Jim, Enough Talk, and Sand Pail. We're going to go right to the 8th race in the Open. We're going to take the number 2, Big Time Ball, a big-time player for us, $40 to win and $20 to place. And we're going to continue on to the 9th race, the Ambro Flight Stakes, $351,000. Guess who? Number 1, Buckeye St. Pat, $20 to win and $10 to place. Good luck. Now let's take it back to Heather in the casino.
Thanks, Evie. Bids are now being taken for the ultimate in harness racing memorabilia. It's a helmet signed by all of the living members of the Hall of Fame. Now, the proceeds from the sale will benefit the Harness Racing Museum and the Standardbred Retirement Foundation. If you're interested in bidding on this helmet, just call Gail Kennard at 845-294-6330. Also, I just wanted to give you a little update on the leading drivers of 2010. In the top spot for most wins this season is our very own George Napolitano Jr. He has over 380 victories. Second spot goes to Dave Pallone, who just got inducted into the Harness Racing Hall of Fame. In the third spot is Aaron Merriman, who has been sidelined for several weeks due to a harness racing accident, so get well, Aaron. Fourth goes to George Brennan, and in the 5th spot for most wins for 2010 is Tim Tetrick, who happens to be in the top spot for money earned for this season. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to be seeing Tim a little more in our next segment as we return and go in the bike. Stick around.
It's your big night out, and you deserve a little more.
Come on.
That's why you'll love the Downs off-track wagering. It's more than a sports bar. It's extra fun because you can watch, wager, and win on the hottest horse racing action from Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs and across the country. Downs off-track wagering, Allentown, Carbondale, East Stroudsburg, Hazleton. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Check, please.
Hanover Shoe Farms welcomes our 2010 foals. Only one thing is missing: their names.
What's my name? Please, please, please tell me my name. I don't know my name. What's my name? Tell me already. Come on.
Mama, what's my name? Tell me, please, please, what's my name? What's my name? Tell me, what's my name?
We need your help. Visit our website at www.hanoverpa.com and you can help us name these fine youngsters.
What's my name? What's my name?
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. It is time to go in the bike. The big race of the week around the country, the $1 million Meadowlands Pace, the signature event at the Big M. And this year was the creme de la creme of the 3-year-old pacing crop, as per usual, as will $1 million usually get you, right?
Usually.
It could be gotten for less than $1 million, too.
Oh, absolutely.
You need an appearance somewhere in a shopping center, we'll be there. Rock and Roll Heaven, 3-2 shot with John Campbell subbing for the injured Dan Dubé. Rockin' Image with Yannick Gingras went off a 2-1. One more lap was 3-1 for Tim Tetrick. It was an amazing race, and with that call, here's Ken Workington.
It's Rock and Roll Heaven who leads the way onto the far turn. Rockin' Image is applying the pressure right to his wheel, and he's gaining ground with 3/8 to go. Kyle Major under urging, gaps out of the pocket slightly. One more lap is second over on the outside. He has 3 lengths to make up. Valentino following him. Nova Artist 6th on the inside as they head toward 3/4, and Rock and Roll Heaven fighting off the pressure so far. 1:20 flat the 3/4 time. It's Campbell and Rock and Roll Heaven at the top of the stretch. Rockin' Image still a length and a half away on the outside. Rock and Roll Heaven is dead game. Rockin' Image still coming. One more lap up on the outside third. Rock and Roll Heaven is full out. Rockin' Image inching in. One more lap coming. Valentino up on the outside. Rock and Roll Heaven. One more lap. Charging up on the outside. These two come to the line. One more lap.
One more lap, got up in the final stride in 1:47.4. But let's be clear here. Rock and Roll Heaven, in my view, was 10 lengths the best. He was huge. He went out in the 25 4/4, was life and death to get by Cal Major. Then Rockin' Image, a nice horse, came after him, and it took the whole stretch for Tetrick to get him with one more lap, who came off that perfect trip. So Rock and Roll Heaven was huge and had to settle for second money. One more lap did get the money and the $500,000 purse that goes along with it. So they don't care whether he was 10 lengths the best or not. They know they're cashing the big check.
That's right.
And Valentino, a 20-1 bomber with the Minister of Speed, came in third. We caught up with Jimmy Takter for his big weekend and to find out the specifics about the Meadowlands Pace. My question to you is, you got a couple of bucks for me?
Yeah, whatever you need, right? No, it was a good like 12 or 15 hours, whatever it was, and you know, it just worked out, and I was hot for those hours, and lucky I got to both big races.
In the Meadowlands Pace, Rock and Roll Heaven was huge. He was used almost the entire mile, and you wound up getting a perfect trip. Take us through that a little bit.
Well, like you said, he went for the front, and everybody wanted to follow him, so there was plenty of speed up front, and I landed in like 4th or 5th in the first turn. Got a great trip from there, and was second over all the way, and got led into it by Takter's other horse, Rockin' Image, and he led me all the way up to the leader. And you know, Rock and Roll Heaven raced a gigantic race, and I was just lucky to get by him. You know, he was great in defeat, and you know, a couple things went right for me to get by him. But my horse deserves the credit too. He's been awfully good all year, just had no luck, and you know, he deserved that win.
We're out of time, babe. We can stick a fork in us because we're done. But I do want to mention before we leave that Dan Dubé, of course, was injured in that spill at the Meadowlands along with Richie Silverman.
Yes.
Dan Dubé was the regular driver of Rock and Roll Heaven for Bruce Saunders, the trainer, and also the regular driver of Vintage Master. Drove him all last year in his 3-year-old campaign. Okay, he missed a couple of really big paydays. Dan Dubé would have done every bit as well as the drivers who picked up his drives, John Campbell and Tim Tetrick. I think they would be quick to tell you that as well. And we wish Danny a speedy and complete recovery, as we do Richie Silverman. And for Heather Moffitt and all of us here at PA Harness Week, I'm Steve Ross. Have a great week. Take care.
Go! Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway. Starting fast outside there, Messenger to the air.